So let me go ahead and check that one. Oh, so I was talking about Go mode before. So Super Metroid is in Go mode. We can just beat Super Metroid. We don't have to worry about anything. In Link to the Past, on the other hand... I thought I fired an arrow at you. That was a little cleaner, except that I didn't fire the arrow. As far as Link to the Past goes, we can currently clear Dark Palace and Eastern. So that leaves us with 4 more crystals that we need. We need Swamp, which needs... we have Hammer and Mirror, so we need Flippers. We need Fire Rod to take on Mothra. So we need Fire Rod. That's it, really, for that. We can go kill Blind if we want to. So that's good. And then we also have... I've never had this much trouble against these guys. I think I'm used to having Tempered. I'm used to killing them in one swing. That's what threw me off. So we can go kill Blind. And then there's Ice Palace, which Ice Palace requires Flippers, Titan's Mitt, and some source of fire. We're gonna need the Fire Rod anyway, so we're hoping for the Fire Rod, but if I get, like, Bombos... If I get, like, Bombos without getting the Fire Rod, then I can potentially get into Ice Palace. So for Go mode, we're looking at... Silver arrows kill, like, almost every boss in Link to the Past in one hit, by the way. That's crazy. So for Go mode, we're looking at... we need Flippers. We need Flippers. We need Fire Rod. Maybe Bombos. And that's about it. Oh, I gotta turn in my mushroom, too. Okay, since we're done with that, we can just mirror straight over to Eastern and do Eastern. So Eastern should be pretty quick and easy for us. Relatively short dungeon. It's the first dungeon in the game, aside from the castle. So you can just kind of... like, the dungeons just get longer and more painful as the game goes on. And thankfully, looking at it, we have Pendant Turtle Rock and Pendant Mire. Okay, so there's a map. Also killed him. Oh, and I need to check which crystal that was. That was the second crystal. Okay, so we should still be updated. Oh my goodness, I hate that I had to open every stupid chest in Dark Palace. Okay, so since we have Hookshot, we can avoid the top room in here. And miss the chest. And get the big key. So we're not looking at much, though. Flipper's Fire Rod. Mostly, maybe Bombos, but otherwise Flipper's Fire Rod. A couple other items would be really nice to have. Pegasus Boots. Flute. And a sword. Because I refuse to fight Ganon with the Master Sword. Oh, it can be done. There's also a glitch where you can despawn a bunch of those guys, and I'm not really sure how to do it exactly. Okay, so that was a usable item. We grabbed the big key. So there's our next usable item. So tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wager my bets. There's only one item left to get in the dungeon, and it's kind of a pain to get to. There's a 50% chance it's held by the item is held by the boss. 50% chance it's held by it's in that awkward location. So I'm just gonna go kill the boss instead of going way out of my way to get that item. Not bad. That's what I get for trying to be. Just kind of slink behind this guy, hit that switch, keep going. That's okay, we made it, we're cool. So this guy, red guy, you have to kill with... Hey, wake up. Red guy, you have to kill... Why did I grab that bomb? I didn't need to grab that bomb. So there's a couple glitches that we're playing on the Japanese version of the ROM, the Japanese 1.0 version of the ROM. Because it lets you do some things that you cannot do in... Hey, that was the item. Man, good call on my part. I did it. It lets you do some glitches that you cannot do in the English version of the ROM. Specifically, that, like, shooting your bow while you have your sword charged is one of them. Oof. Okay, so we still didn't get any progression, though. So, at this point, we're looking at... Dark Death Mountain was the other place I was thinking about that has a lot of items. So we're going to Dark Death Mountain. And... Graveyard Ledge? Graveyard Ledge is going to be kind of rough to route in. Do I want to go kill... Well, we'll see what we get up here. We'll see what we get up here. Because if I get nothing up here, then I'm going to want to go to either... Out of the way. If I get nothing up here, then I'm going to want to go to... There's no door down there. Lower Norfair would probably be the best bet. I could also go kill off Blind. That's also not the door that I wanted to go in. It's this one. There we go. Oh, so I have mirror. I can show you another fun glitch. So, these pushable blocks, they're considered solid objects, so you can't move past them. But when you move one, while it's moving, it's considered an entity, which means a lot of things can pass over top of them, like, say, the hookshot. So that saves us a little bit of trouble. And now on top of that, the mirror, in rooms like this, where the mirror doesn't take us back to the entrance of the dungeon, the mirror does other weird things, like if you use it while pushing an entity block thing, it makes it disappear. It goes away. That's again a 1.0, Japanese 1.0 version of the glitch. So, energy tank, flippers! Okay. So I was thinking we may have to go over to either Lower Norfair or Blind. If I was going to do Blind, then I would check Woodcutter's Ledge while I was over there. I'll do it on the way out. I was going to check what Turtle Rock was, just in case. So this room is called Hookshot Cave. For reasons you may be able to guess. Half magic! Oh yeah, give me that. Not required, but nice. And tempered sword. Okay, so we don't have to worry about swords now. We don't have to worry about swords. Magic isn't as big a concern. As I was saying, you can beat Ganon with Master Sword, but it's rough. It's real rough. It's so rough, in fact, that if I don't have Tempered, I don't consider myself in Go mode. Like, it's rough. Okay, so we did get flippers, though. Rubies, don't care. So last thing I'm going to do is go check what Turtle Rock is. It's right here. I might as well go look. I currently can't enter Turtle Rock, so it's Ether. Whoops. So, what are our options now? I'm going to follow the logic. They gave me flippers. I'm going to go kill Argus. I'm going to go to Swamp Palace. Swamp Palace also has a lot of items in it. So, maybe, potentially, probably, hopefully, place to get things. Going the wrong way. Can't enter Swamp Palace from the Light World. Yeah, so following the logic, that'll take me down here. After this, it's... if we don't get anything, then again, we're down to... because we need Fire Rod or Bombos to do... we have flippers now. We need Fire Rod or Bombos. That's what we need. Fire Rod or Bombos. It's like the last thing that we're looking for. If we get Fire Rod, we don't even need Bombos. Oh, we still have mirrors, so we can do this. You're guaranteed to always be able to do that glitch, because you have to have mirror in order to get into Swamp Palace. So Fire Rod and Bombos, that's mostly it. Okay, so we got flippers and half magic, and a bird sword. So if we don't get... if we don't get anything in here... if we don't get anything in here, that's guaranteed a key, so that's not part of the chest tracker. Throw it! Now this chest, on the other hand, is... bombs, one useful item. So if we don't get anything useful out of here, we're once again either going up to finish off blind. There's 2 more items in that dungeon. That's a long way to go. We're better off going to Lower Norfair. So that's the plan. We do this. How do you get over there? Yeah, so that's the plan. As soon as we're done here, we're going to... what was that one that I got? That was 7. Probably going to Lower Norfair. So there's a small key under that, as you saw. You want to grab that, it just makes getting around the dungeon a little faster, a little more optimized. It also hooks out to things to kind of get you moving a little bit faster. Have to push that block, get this chest to show up, usable item again. Let's see, we don't have the big key, so we can't check that. You can also miss that guy entirely. I have a sword. And you use that small key up here. And this is where you hit this. Do not hit the lever, just hit the switch. If you hit the lever, you have to leave, like, not only this dungeon, but the map square that the dungeon is in order to re-enter, because it floods that key, and you have to reset the walk. Come on, dude. Oh, now you leave. Okay, so we go back in. Now we can hit the lever. And we want to hit the switch to set us up something for later on. Which does mean we have to go back to this room and go back around the bottom. I beat the fire. So I'm doing left side because, I mean, I have a small key, so I don't have to do left side, but there are 2 items over here. It's kind of a long run around to get to just 2 items. You kind of want to avoid doing this if you can. But 2 items is 2 items. Y'all can just leave me alone whenever you want. Okay, heart container, that's nice. Already on hookshot. So that's 1 usable item again. And another one. Ooh, and that was the Sanctuary Heart. Oh, well timed. I was getting low on life. So of all the full heart containers in the game, the full heart containers obviously being the ones that you get for beating bosses. There is 1 heart in the game, which is the heart that you would typically get in Sanctuary after clearing the castle dungeon. That as soon as you get that heart, it also full heals you. Did I get... Didn't get it. I still don't have the big key. So we don't know what's in this chest. We'll see. Hopefully we don't have to check it at all. Come on, move. Friggin' little guy. Gotta hit that, go in the left door. Just kind of hope that guy stays out of your way. That's all mostly just... A lot of this is just kind of knowing where you need to go to do the dungeon somewhat vanilla. This isn't even like special tricks or anything. Here's the big key. And 10 arrows. So there's only 1 usable item left in this entire dungeon. There's the map. I must have miscounted. Because there's only 2 items left in the dungeon. Okay, so you need that small key so you can get down here and go in this door. The little water strider guy is always in the way, so just friggin'... You want to swing your sword? You, like, can't swing your sword sometimes when you're still in the doorway. And I'm guessing because I didn't move in, like, at all. Temper makes this boss fight pretty quick and easy. And then guess what we're going to change to? Oh! Oh, I was facing the wrong way. That was perfect, though. There we go. Faster, just stab him. Compass. Okay, so I either miscounted. It's gonna be a pain to get back to that room just for the big chest. But I probably miscounted. So we're gonna go in, we're gonna check the big chest. That's the last chest in the dungeon. There's stuff we don't have to do, so it should be quick-ish. Still, I'd hate to do it, because for all I know, I grabbed an item and I forgot to tick it off, because it was just like arrows or something. Or the small key. I could have also just not checked off a small key that I got, because I wasn't paying attention. This is why using the item tracker is nice, or the chest tracker is nice, especially if you use it. And don't just forget to hit the button. It's rupees. Okay, so I don't care, we're done with that whole dungeon.